Hi, everybody. Thought I'd hop on and chit-chat. Let's see if anybody comes in or not. I all alone. Normally I put it on Twitter, but I didn't. Oh, it says I got 2 in here. Hi, y'all. How you doing? Still trying to hold it together. That's how I was crying earlier. I tried to put on some makeup to try to hide it, but don't think it worked too well. Yeah, just sitting here at the school. As you can see, our lovely Galleon High School behind me. And on down there is the middle school. Then behind these two, we have our primary and intermediate building. Yeah, I'm smoking my cigars again. Can't wait till 1 o'clock tonight when the money's on my card. Brian takes truck to work. I'll walk my happy ass to the store so I can get a pack of real cigarettes. I don't give a damn. I've done it before. But when you're in a pinch, $1.77 looks a lot better than 6 something a pack. With my nerves, with Mom's anniversary death tomorrow, I've been smoking like a damn train. And doubt I'll get much sleep tonight, knowing that tomorrow I'm going to try to get some flowers and get out to the gravesite tomorrow for a little bit. Go out and see my mama. Talk to her. I do that a lot. I know she can't hear me, but I'll stand there at her gravesite. Just talk to her. Tell her what's going on, what she's missed. Go out and clean the grave up a little bit. I do that a couple times a month. I'll go out and clean the gravesite. Hi, King Taco. Not much. Just sitting here waiting on Dylan. Get here from school. I was just chit-chatting away. Bored. Nothing else to do. But tonight's Brian's last night on 3rd shift. Then when he goes back to work Monday, he'll go back on 2nd shift. So it's a little better. Dad and I are going to reverse roles then. Instead of him bringing Dylan to school in the morning and me picking him up, I'm going to be bringing Dylan. And then Dad's going to pick him up and drop him off to me because Brian will already have to be to work by the time Dylan's bus gets here from Cardington. So that's a little bit of good news. At least won't be home all night by myself. I think that's the reason I don't sleep a lot at night. Because I'm afraid to go to sleep and then something's going to happen. And I'm not going to hear it. My neighborhood's pretty quiet. But a few blocks from me, there's some low-income housing apartments. And they're always the police in there for something. So I'm always worried at night that they're going to come down by my house. Everyone laughs and says my house is the brightest house on the block. I keep them bright-ass bulbs out there on my porch on both sides. You gonna walk up to my house, you're gonna see it. Everybody's gonna see you. Aw, what are you watching, King Taco? And I do believe there goes my stepmother to pick her granddaughter up from the middle school. Well, my cousin Chris messaged me. I have to message her back when I get home. I haven't talked to her since Mom died 7 years ago. I lost contact with my mom's whole side of the family. The only one I really talk to that's left is my Uncle Danny, and there's only 3 out of the 9 kids left. Ish, I've met twice in the 42 years I've been on this planet. And her crazy ass sister, Hanley, lives down in Kentucky. Me and her don't get along. She'd come up and start going through Mom's pills. You don't need to be on this. You don't need to be on that. Bitch, you need to back the fuck up and get out of my mama's medication is what you need to do. I've grabbed her up quite a few times. Sorry. My nose is running more than crying, but I'm trying to stay upbeat because I know Dylan's coming home here soon. Aw, Jurassic Park. My nephew that just got married that's having the baby, he loved dinosaurs when he was little. So my sister thought, oh, he'd like that Jurassic Park. We took him to see the first one. He climbed up my sister's lap, started screaming, telling him to turn the lights on and stuff. We had to get up and walk out with him. That movie terrorized that child. He never did want to play with those dinosaurs after that. I always tease Lila that she terrorized him, that she damaged him forever by taking him to see Jurassic Park. To this day, that child will not watch Jurassic Park, and he's 27 years old. You cannot get him to watch Jurassic Park. Oh, I like the movies too. But you ain't gonna get my nephew to watch them. I guarantee you that one. You won't have nothing to do with them. He can watch any kind of horror movie you want. But still, to this day, you cannot get him to watch Jurassic Park for nothing. Sorry. My nose keeps running where I was crying. I don't want Dylan knowing I was crying again. I don't feel like every 5 minutes, Mom, are you okay? Mom, how are you? When he knows I'm upset, he'll come. I'm like, I'm okay, Dylan. Just go do what you normally do. Hi, Rotten Potatoes, how you doing? Yeah, I try to go live almost around this time every day while I'm sitting here waiting for Dylan's bus to get here at the bus stop. They'll pull up right out here in front of me, drop him off. As I sit here and wait on him during the day. Well, I'm bored. I just figured I'd sit here and chit chat with you guys for a few minutes and try to see his bus coming. I already seen my stepmom go by picking up her granddaughter at the middle school. I was talking about tomorrow. My mom will be gone 7 years. I'm gonna try to get out to her gravesite and put some flowers on the grave. I get paid tonight at 1 a.m., so I want to go buy her some flowers and take out and put on her grave tomorrow. My dad and my sister don't go out there. I'm the only one that goes out, so I go out and clean it up and make sure that everything's okay out there. But it is what it is. Dad went out a couple of times after Mom passed. But when he got married to my stepmom, and he took my stepmom out there, I raised holy fucking hell over that one. Like, don't you ever disrespect my mother like that again. I don't care. She's like, well, Rosie took me to her ex-husband, Cecil's. I don't care if you went to Cecil's. But I'm telling you right now, do not disrespect my mother and take her back out there again. But then you better take care of her graves. I will take care of the grave. Don't you ever take that woman back to my mother's grave again. I was so mad when I found that out. But my Uncle Junior that just passed here a couple months ago, they couldn't have picked a better person to put beside her. She loved my mom's brother, Junior, and Junior loved my mom. He always told everyone that Mom wasn't his sister-in-law, that was his sister. Mom and Junior would have went to bat for each other. Mom loved Junior. Well, when he was 15, he moved out away from home and moved up here with my mom and dad. So Mom was he was like another kid to me. You didn't mess with Mom or you had Junior to fight. And I know I've told the story before, but the day before Mom passed, I was at the hospital and I wasn't feeling good. So I knew I was getting sick. And I went up, and I told her, I said, Mom, I know you're tired. If you want to go, it's okay, go. And she looked at me and said, baby, I'll never go with you in the room. I was when I started running the temperature. I was throwing up, and I didn't want to go up to the hospital like that. I didn't want to get her sicker than what she already was. So I told Dad, I said, well, go ahead and go on up. I'm not going to go up today. And at the time, I was broke up with the guy I'd been dating. And the car was in his name, so he took the car. I said, but do you think Uncle Junior will take me to pick Dylan up? And Dad's like, oh, yeah, I'm sure, just call him. I called Junior, and he's like, oh, yeah, what time you got to be there? I'll come over and get you, and I'll take you out to get Dylan. And so I was in his Blazer with him when Dad called me crying and said, Shauna, she's gone. And I lost it. And I looked at Mama Junior and said, I don't think I can walk in here, Junior. I don't think I can walk in here and get Dylan and have to tell him that Nanny's gone. And Junior told me, he said, Shauna, you are your mother's daughter. You're stronger than you give yourself credit for. You take your ass in there and tell them that you need Dylan now, that you can't wait until the bell rings, and get him and bring him out to the Blazer. And I'll sit here with you while you tell him. Because Dylan and my mom were inseparable. My mom thought the ground rose and set on her grandkids. And when I had to tell him, Dylan went berserk. So Junior had me and him both bawling in his Blazer. But he was awesome. And he told me, he said, anything you need, baby girl, you just let me know and I'll be right there for you. And he's always been like that. In middle school, I had appendicitis. And when I went back, I wasn't supposed to take gym. Well, the gym teacher we had, she was a straight up fucking bitch. And she told me, said, we're doing the mile and everything today, and you are participating. I said, I have a doctor's excuse. She said, like I said, I don't care. You get out there and you run that mile. Well, I opened that incision open. And they couldn't get a hold of my mom. I said, well, call my Uncle Junior. He's only a block away from here. And he can get my mom. So they called Junior. Junior came to the school, got me first, took me up to, called my family doctor at the time, which we all had his private number because of Mom. I mean, Mom called him anytime, day or night, she was sick. That man would meet us at the ER. If one of us kids were sick, she'd call him and he'd meet us at the ER. So I'm sitting there waiting for Mom to get to the ER, and they'd already took me back. And Mom had called Dr. Manthe, which he only lived like 3 blocks from the hospital, so he actually meet my mom there. And he raised holy hell. Well, after they had to take me back into surgery, and my mom got a hold of my dad, and my dad came home from work, was at the hospital. My mom went to the middle school. And the way it was 3 floors, and then you had to kind of go down like this basement to get to the office of where they're at the middle school. They heard my mom yelling in the office with the door shut up on the top floor. When I was able to go back to school again, I got credit for gym that year, and I got to sit in study hall the rest of the year. I didn't have to take it. My mom would have gave you the shirt off her back if she thought you needed it. But when you made that woman mad, the devil ran when she was mad. And I would try her when I was little. I would. When I got older, you couldn't have paid me to go up against that woman. It wasn't long after I went back after my appendicitis when I got called down to the office to tell me to get my stuff ready. Dad was coming to get me, and my mom was being transferred down to Columbus, 2.5 hours away from where I'm at now, here in Galleon, to Riverside, because she'd had a massive heart attack and they were going to have to do open heart surgery. I never flew out of that office as fast as I did that day. That woman was stronger than anyone ever gave her credit for. I mean, they're at the end. I mean, she was in the end stages of renal kidney failure. She was walking with no cartilage in her knees. They were bone against bone. And with all the other medical conditions that woman had, it was a miracle that she even lasted as long as she did. Really, it is. But everyone always told me I was Mom's twin. I took after my mom. My sister took after my dad. But that was one woman I would go to bat over with anybody. Nobody messed with my mama. So this day, I don't care what you say about my dad. Don't you dare talk about my mom. It's still a while for Dylan's bus will be here. So, what's everybody else doing today? I know King Taco's watching Jurassic Park. It's hard to believe that tomorrow she'll be gone 7 years. Don't seem possible. Oh, we were eating something good, rotten potatoes. I knew what you meant. Ooh, that sounds good, rotten taters. We're gonna have spaghetti tonight. Already got the sauce made in the crock pot. All I gotta do is make the garlic bread noodles and it's done. I like putting the noodles in the crock pot with my sauce all day because then they get all mushy, and I don't like mushy noodles. So always make them fresh right before we're ready to eat. I know some people do put their noodles in with the sauce. think that's one thing about going to a restaurant, too. I don't like their spaghetti. Because most of them are, the noodles are cooked in their sauce. It's just like, ugh. No, I'm okay. That was one of my mama's pet peeves, too. You could be pulling up any time between now and the next 10 minutes. Just between 2:20 and 2:30, he's here. I think you're right, rotten potatoes. There was one, well, my mom, her brother just passed forced. That man exercised every day, watched what he ate, still ended up with a quadruple bypass, and then just got sick and went in a coma and never woke up. So I don't think the exercise and eating right has anything to do with it. Because this man was a beanpole. But as of right now, there's only 2 out of the 9 kids. No, 3 of the 9 kids left. Those are Ish, Danny, and Annalie. There's 2 of the boys and 1 girl left on my mom's side. Oh, I hate this wait. But gotta do what I gotta do. I told him when he turned 18, don't think just because you're 18 you're going to quit school. You will graduate and get a diploma. I don't give a fuck. You're graduating. I don't care if I have to drive my ass every day to this school. You will go and you will graduate. I even threatened to go up and sit in class with him. I agree with you, rotten potatoes. Like I said, Ish and Force both. They exercised every day, watched what they ate. Forrest is not dead. Ish is still alive, but I guess, he's starting to not do well. But he's also almost 90 now, too. So far, Ish has been the longest living one of the 9. My mom's side dies early. Five years ago, when I woke up completely paralyzed like that, Dylan said that was his worst fear. I said I would die and leave him. Told him I'm too mean and ornery to do that. Somebody's got to stay around here and keep him in line. He was my reason for fighting. He was the reason I never gave up. Yep, potatoes. I hear you on that one with the 4 packs, 12 beers, 2 pounds of candy. My one uncle that's still alive, my Uncle Danny's like that. My mom's side. So yeah, I know how that goes. And he's also had 4 open heart surgeries, 6 stents put in. But he's still here. I think that'll be the one out of my mom's brothers that will hit me the hardest. My Uncle Danny. I was always close to my Uncle Danny growing up. Now, my favorite aunt on my mom's side is going, my Aunt Aideen. I love that woman to death. I'd go down and stay with her half the summer down in Columbus. Help her take care of my cousin Erica, her granddaughter that she got custody of while she was working. And then when she retired, we went places. She would be like, oh, Shawn, you're going to come down and stay with us for a week. We'd go to the Ohio State Fair. We went to SeaWorld. Just different things I did with her. And my mom's one brother, Charlie, that's buried out there by my mom. My Uncle Charlie, his son Michael, my Uncle Junior, and my mom are all buried right there together. And my Uncle Charlie, he always took me with him when they went on vacation. Because he'd get free passes for Cedar Point or Kings Island or Wyandotte Lake. And he'd always call Mom and be like, make sure that Shauna's ready on this and this day. I'm going to pick her up and she's going with us to our family day. And I always went. My mom's family was the money family. My dad's family was just the good old hillbillies. And tell you what, I got along with more of the good old hillbillies than I did my mom's money family. My Uncle Forrest, I was talking about, just passed away. When I was pregnant with Dylan, I was real high risk. I tried to go into premature labor 4 times. So I was on complete bed rest. I was allowed up to go to the bathroom, and that was it. And he had come up. Well, Mom wouldn't let me because I wasn't allowed to go up and downstairs. So Mom told me, you're not staying in your apartment. You're going to come over and stay at the house until you have that baby. But Mom's bedroom was downstairs right next to the bathroom and everything. So I slept downstairs with Mom. And him and his wife had come up to see Mom. And I wasn't married. I had Dylan out of wedlock. And he looked at me and said, you're going to hell. Excuse me? Because you're having a baby out of wedlock, you're going to hell. And my mom, she's seen the look of my eyes. She's like, Forrest, I'm going to tell you right now, you can get up and walk out of my house or you can apologize to my dollar. And he apologized because he knew my mom meant every word of it. I wasn't supposed to be stressed out anyways, and she seen the fire in my eyes. After they left, she goes, I handled it because I seen the fire in your eyes. She goes, and I was afraid you were going to come flying up out of that bed and tackle his ass. I said, well, he came very close to it. She goes, I know, I seen the look in your eyes. Told me I was going to hell because I had my son out of marriage. What about that shall not judge? Guess he's going to hell too then, huh? Shouldn't have said that. That was mean. Yeah, Dylan's bus here, guys. Thanks for keeping me company. I'm going to get my son and head home. Talk to y'all later. Bye.